maybe a little good vibes going into the Commanders game this weekend.
Yeah, why not?
6 games into the season. Hasn't been the most fun. Hasn't been the most smile-inducing season that I've ever covered.
A couple moments.
So maybe you need to mix in a little Mario music just to put the positive energy into the world.
Whatever you got to do.
6 games. This is how I'm looking at this game for the offense. We're going to kind of separate the team into offense and defense. Same way we did last year, where we had to separate the offense and defense because the defense was playing significantly better than the offense, and why would you yell at somebody that's doing significantly better? Looking at the offense, 6 games into the season, it does feel like they finally have some stability. Meaning, your quarterback is a veteran and he's been playing for a month. You have a running back that is dependable, a running game that is dependable. An offensive line that despite a little injury here or there, and then Corbett's big injury at center, has been able to overcome all of that and play good football. Your rookies, at least the ones that have been playing, so non-Jonathon Brooks edition. The Xavier Legettes, the Jadeveon Sanders, the Jalen Cokers, they all now have a handful of catches in their NFL career. So, the best part about freshmen is they turn into sophomores. The best part about rookies is they turn into veterans, and your guys are on the way. It's time to see exactly what Dave Canales is as an offensive mind. For the first 4 games, I'm going to go ahead and just completely understand that Dave Canales' head was a-spinning. First time being a head coach, second time being a play caller, changing quarterbacks. Can I do this with this guy? Can I do that with that guy? How does the offense change now with Andy? Just
all the injuries piled on top of it.
The injuries, the working in new guys, the rookies, as I said, trying to figure out how ready they are for the NFL. I'm sure it's 1 month of a blur for Dave Canales. Now that you have a little bit more stability, show us what you want. Not what you think you can do because you have Bryce Young at quarterback, not what you were able to install in the 1 week with Andy Dalton. Now I want to see what's your ideal style of offense. I don't think it has to be executed as well as it could possibly be executed, right? You're still at the mercy of the execution of your players. But if you are truly about running the ball, run the ball. If you're truly about play action, set it up and run play action. If you're truly about getting your number 1 wide receiver a look on most passing downs, making him the first read, then I better see Deontay Johnson with Andy Dalton's eyes on him to start most pass plays. What is your ideal offense, Dave Canales? Now, we know what he said. We know what the bill of goods we've been sold. We want to start with the run. We want to start with the run. We want to control tempo, control the clock. We want to give our defense a break. Right? Going back to the offseason, I don't know how many times from the moment Dave Canales was hired to the opening snap, I referenced Rachaad White a season ago. Rachaad White, who was the running back for Tampa Bay when Dave Canales was their offensive coordinator last year, his first year as a play caller, and there was only one running back last year that had more touches than Rachaad White. Christian McCaffrey. That one did pretty good. So when Christian McCaffrey, number 1, most touches in the league, Rachaad White, number 2. Rachaad White didn't even run for 1,000 yards last year. What's happening to Rachaad White this year now that Dave Canales isn't there? He's fallen into what his coach describes as a 3-headed monster of a backfield with a rookie and a second-year undrafted player. Was it Bucky Irving and Sean Tucker? Yet Dave Canales was so committed to the run that he just kept giving the ball to Rachaad White over and over and over again. If that's you, if that's what you want, Chuba Hubbard. If that's what you want, because guess what? Chuba Hubbard's better than Rachaad White. He's performing better. He's running better. He's got a better track record. He's better. So if you are that guy, now that you have a quarterback that's been in there a month that you trust, now that you have an offensive lineman who's figuring it out, now that you have the offense more stable than it's been, let's see it. Right? It's a bummer that you've had so many injuries on defense. It is absolutely a bummer. It's a bummer that you had Adam Thielen get hurt. It's absolutely a bummer. But Adam Thielen got hurt a long time ago, and other than that, not many of the injuries that are piling up for the Panthers have been on the offensive side. If Evero's defense, Evero, the defensive coordinator, if his head is still spinning right now, there's a reason for that. But offensively, it's now time to start, not only establishing your identity, but making it like very known. Getting some trademarks, getting some things that you do that the opposing team knows. When we play a Dave Canales-led offense, we're going to have to be ready for blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blah, blah, blah.
If you say you're going to be about it, then you got to go be about it.
That might be the best way to say it. Like, walk the talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's always frustrating for me when a coach is like, we're going to run the ball, we're going to control it, we're going to run the ball. Then their quarterback has like 57 attempts. And I'm like, abandoned that pretty quickly, didn't you? And especially last year, the one game Andy Dalton was in, he slung it all over the place. I don't like seeing that from Andy Dalton. I like Andy Dalton as, 3rd and 6, rolling out, has to make a decision and throw an accurate ball. I like that. I don't love Andy Dalton where the defense is pinning their ears back and knowing, all right, he's going to keep throwing it. I like a little element of surprise to help Andy Dalton. I like when they're going, all right, we're going to get punched in the mouth again by Chuba Hubbard and Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis, and oh my gosh, Andy's throwing it. That's where I like Andy Dalton.
Yeah, it wears on you mentally just as much as it does physically when a team just keeps running it straight at you
and then
picks up yards doing it.
And then I'll throw this out there as well. Keep the number 2 scoring offense in the NFL on the bench.
Yeah.
Jayden Daniels has something cooking over there.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin is looking like a refreshed individual for watch. Cliff Kingsbury is dialing it up. Keep that offense on the other sideline. Don't let them get into that rhythm that they've been basically in for 6 weeks.
Your best defense is your offense on the field.
The Commanders have gone multiple games scoring on every drive.
Yeah.
Every time they've gotten the ball, they've scored. No punts, no missed field goals, no turnovers. Multiple games. So what's the one way you can stop an offense that scores every single time they get the ball? Keep the ball away from them. What does that mean for Dave Canales? Be about it. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. Run the darn ball. Or come out and say, hey, listen, we're not a running team. I'm going to sling it. If that's what you want the identity to be, cool. It's just whatever you think this team does best, you now have the baseline. Go do what you think they do best.